Can you like give me a signal or something?
We don't do that. It's gonna have to be by feel.
All right.
What I do not want you to do is to rip in the middle of a fucking sentence and start reading chats. In fact, if you're not sure, you can say, "Hey, do you guys want some chats?" Okay.
Or Matt can text me.
Nope, I will not be doing that.
Okay.
Well, Matt's a co-host now. Or not a co-host, a guest host.
Yeah,
You're not a.
for now.
You're not that high on the totem pole.
That's okay. As long as I'm not on the bottom, I'm happy.
Giggity?
Ironic.
Where am I? Am I at the very bottom or am I just the ground?
I'm not answering that for obvious reasons. All right, Graham, shut the fuck up.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go. Welcome back to Jedi Enclave. I'm Daniel.
I'm Chris.
This is the Jedi Enclave Presents. Now, this is Podcasting Podcast, which is your weekly podcast about Star Wars and Star Wars-related paraphernalia. Though I will,
of which there is very little.
There's very little. Okay, the really good news is that in like next month we're gonna have Ninth Jedi to talk about. There'll be Star Wars shit to talk about. There'll be new Star Wars games.
Yeah.
I'll be playing Galactic Racer when it comes out, and I'll be playing the other one when it comes out.
Yeah.
Zero Company. I think.
The XCOM one.
Yeah. So there is Star Wars stuff in the pipeline, but for now,
all we got is House of the Dragon.
yeah, which isn't all we have. I mean, like, to say it like that suggests that it isn't amazing.
Yes.
And it has been really fun. We had to start off, well, first of all, so we're joined by normally our producer and I suppose a guest host, Matt, who's here to talk
Hey,
House of the Dragon
me.
with us as well. And then we had to start the show with some sad news that a beloved actor, Sam Neill, passed away after, I think, a kind of a prolonged illness. I think he was battling some kind of cancer. But if you don't know who Sam Neill is, he most famously played Dr. Alan Grant in Jurassic Park, which was kind of a huge part of my childhood growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And was
just a major part of cinema history,
in general. Was in tons of really cool stuff. I still maintain that one of my favorite non-Jurassic Park roles of his was in a Showtime show called The Tudors, which is about King Henry VIII and all of his wife murdering. Sam Neill played Cardinal Wolsey from that part of history.
Who I imagine was not too enamored with the wife murdering.
He was okay with it.
Oh, okay.
No, he was all right with it. He was the guy. He if I'm not mistaken, it's been a while. He was the guy that went. I think that King Henry came to him and was like, "Hey, I want to get a divorce."
Oh, I remember. Yeah, because Henry VIII was the guy who wanted to get divorced, and the Pope said no. So he said, "Fuck you! I'll make my own church." With blackjack and hookers.
Yes.
And divorces.
Yeah.
And then he got himself divorced.
Exactly. And he went to, I think it was Cardinal Wolsey, who was played by Sam Neill, and goes, "Hey, I'm gonna get a divorce." And he's like, "But Your Highness, that's not allowed." And he's like, "Hey, I want to get a divorce." And he's like, "Say no more."
Okay.
Yeah, and they made a whole and
you can make a religion out of this.
Yeah, he ended up dying, just like a lot of people did in King Henry VIII's orbit. It was really good in that show. So Godspeed, sir. Fucking what a legend, Sam Neill. And then not as sad news, but pretty sad, is that the Batman Part 2, which is...
This is Rob Bat.
Yeah, starring Robert Pattinson, has been further delayed to February of 2028, which means that since Batman Part 1 came out in 2022, there will have been 6 years between those two films, which means that they've had enough time to make that film 3 times over.
Just about, yeah.
And I have no idea what is taking them so long to do it.
It'd be a good film.
I mean, the way I'm looking at this, either there's 2 primary possibilities.
Okay.
Number one, the downer version is that this movie has been a mess the entire time, and that they're going through yet another round of revisions trying to fix
like rewrites or reshoots.
Yeah. Think Solo, A Star Wars Story, except even more so. Possibility 2 is that they are taking some inspiration or lessons learned from Penguin, the series, which was a phenomenal
Yeah,
hit.
it was really good. Yeah.
And they're trying to incorporate some of those lessons and expertise to make it into a better movie.
You know what I suspect?
What's that?
I don't think they know exactly what direction the DC universe is going in
That is
right now.
also very true. Although it's my understanding that this is like a different strain
That-
of
that-
the DC universe.
That
like
is
its
the
own
point
separate
that I'm
thing.
making, is that I don't think that they understand how it fits in, because James Gunn has said, "Oh, we're gonna do a new Batman. Like we're gonna have a different Batman."
Okay.
But then everyone's like, "But
You have a Batman.
this Batman was kind of good.
Yeah.
Like why not just make him the I was almost convinced before we saw Joker Part 2
Mhm.
that they were going to make that into the same universe. And I was really excited at the time because the first Joker is really good. And I think would have been perfect in the Robert Pattinson Batverse.
Mhm.
But then the second one with Lady Gaga was not great.
It was different.
It was unique.
Yes.
Still haven't seen that.
I don't know if you should bother.
Yeah, you're not missing that much.
Yeah, it's not.
It tries to say some very artistic things. Doesn't entirely stick its landings.
It does do the artsy thing
Yes.
a lot, doesn't it?
Mhm.
I think so. That they're like, okay, so what was so special about the first Joker? It's kind of bizarre, and parts of it are kind of weird. But Joaquin Phoenix is such an amazing actor that it kind of works out. And they're like, well, let's just add Lady Gaga to it and make it weirder,
Yeah.
and everyone will love it. But it's like you didn't. Joaquin Phoenix was the reason we loved the first one, and that story. It being
He was so good
weird,
at being psychotic.
yeah, the performance is really good, but also it being weird wasn't the thing we liked about it. We liked the story. It just turned out that the story was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like it was like the other way around, and I think they took the wrong lesson from it. And I don't like Lady Gaga. I might be the only gay man in the entire world that doesn't like Lady Gaga, and so seeing her in I was like, oh, cool. They're getting her to sing a song because she's a singer.
She was fine.
I don't think she was. I don't think she was very good. I don't think she's a very good actor.
But that is fair because
Yeah.
acting is difficult.
Yeah, it's also subjective. I get I'm sure some people in the world, Lady Gaga's their favorite fucking actor in the world because she hasn't just been in Joker. She was also in like American Horror Story, and she's been in
Was A Star Was Born.
yeah.
or
I was about to say
something?
that one with the Bradley Cooper or whatever the fuck. Yeah, I don't know.
I think we have put entirely too many words into Joker.
Joker Part 2. Yeah. All right, the moral of the story is, Matt, if you want to see it, don't pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you
I
can
don't
see
think
it for
I'll be seeing
free,
it.
then fine. I wouldn't spend money to see it. Let's see. Alex Krause says hi. Captain Snakebite, which I think is our mod, says welcome. I'm not gonna read that. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You're not a real viewer. So the next part of there is there's something flying around my face right now.
The spiders who live in your basement are not fully doing their jobs.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway,
so
is it House of the Dragon time?
it is House of the Dragon time.
It's House of
And,
the Dragon time.
one of the cool things that this is a really exciting time for me. I've mentioned this probably every time we've done this. My friend and our producer Matt is here with us, who while his husband was deployed, we took like a month and watched all 8 seasons of Game of Thrones, and then a season of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, and then 2 seasons of House of the Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And that ended right when House of the Dragon season 3 started. So like I've never been more in Game of Thrones mode than I am now, and how much I've been enjoying it and everything. So we are going to talk about
That's the wrong scene.
yeah, hold on. There we go.
There we go.
Fixed it. We are going to talk about House of the Dragon season 3 episode 4, which just came out on Sunday. We're going to start off with some spoiler-free stuff, and then we'll give you a clear spoiler warning. But what do you think? Do you want to go first this time? We let Matt go first last time. I don't want anything to get to his head.
I don't know that I have a ton of spoiler-free thoughts here. It's some quite good performances from minor characters in this episode.
Like who?
I think.
I think they're all good. I think
Yeah.
they're all good performances, but I'm curious to know what specifically you mean.
The blacksmith and his family in Tumbleton.
Hugh's wife, Kat, and her
Okay.
her brother and his wife, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good. I like the actor that they've picked. Okay, this is what's really funny about the Game of Thrones like fan base.
Mhm.
They get so pissed off not realizing that the thing that they're like, we want this, and it's like, if you just watch for one more episode, you'll get it. And one of those things was they were really pissed that the kid that it was before the previous episode came out, we saw stills of who we thought was Darren.
Mhm.
They're like, that doesn't look like Darren. You look blah 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 blah. And it's like, if you would have just waited,
Just fucking chill.
yeah, and watched the episode, you would have then found out that wasn't actually him,
Mhm.
right? And so it's goofy how they're, part of that fandom just kind of like just bitches to bitch about things. And
The lesson is just relax.
Yeah.
It's going to be fine.
I like the actor that plays Darren.
Mhm.
He's much more of a hero, like a hero character, quote unquote, like
Yeah.
the Darren that we saw that was in the prisoner exchange, or not exchange, just
Yeah.
prisoner surrender.
Yeah.
Was kind of a blank NPC, kind of a little bit like there's
Because like in the story, he had no idea what the fuck he was doing.
exactly, yeah. So I think the actual actor they've hired to play Darren is really good.
Yeah. He's very subtle.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of things
also-
going on in that character's orbit that he seems very
Oh yeah,
intimately aware of.
and there's a big thing at the end too. Where
Mhm.
also I will say he's got the best posture I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like that kid can stand straight the fuck up.
Mhm.
I'm really envious of that. Ormond Hightower, that actor is really easy to hate, which I think is a hallmark of him doing a really good job
Yeah.
in the performance.
Mhm.
And then I feel like there was one other. Oh, I love Ulf the White. He's my favorite.
Oh yeah.
And he just keeps taking all this abuse, and I'm pretty sure that's going to come back to bite them in the ass. And then there are two instances in this episode where there are things that happened in House of the Dragon 1 and 2, like traditional things that the characters do, that aren't around in House of the Dragon. And this episode was like an explainer on how those things died, those traditions died, and we'll talk about it when we get to them. Matt, do you have any spoiler-free thoughts to add?
Not really. Not without spoiling anything, to be
All right,
honest.
All right, well, let's get into spoilers then. I love how this apparently was a real rabbit, by the way. It was not a CG rabbit.
That's good.
I saw the behind the scenes featurette, and they had like a little harness on him, like a little leash,
Aw.
you know. So either that's a real rabbit, or they use it for reference, and it's just a really convincing CG rabbit.
Yeah.
But we open the episode at Tumbleton, which we know from a couple of pieces of dialogue. One from season 2, Hugh's wife leaves him pretty much after their daughter dies.
Because shit's getting crazy in the city, and
Right.
she don't want to be there.
Right.
anymore.
And also, there's no food, and
Mhm.
so she's like, "I'm gonna go stay with my brother in Tumbleton," and he's like, "Well, I'm gonna go tame a fucking dragon."
Yeah.
So I guess I'll see you when I see you.
Because one of us has to bring home
Right.
the bacon.
Yeah. So and then we also know that word has gotten back to Rhaenyra that Ormond Hightower has taken Tumbleton, which she is still very confused about.
Which was very easy because there's no walls or military. or
Right.
anything.
Yeah, it's a
So
merchant-
he was able to just walk right in.
Yeah, which by the way, this Tumbleton sits on this river, right? This river ends up at Highgarden, which is a really wealthy seat in Westeros, and Tumbleton makes all of its money selling shit to Highgarden.
Yeah.
It's a merchant town, and you know. So this is Kat and her brother, I don't know, Charles or something. I don't know his name. Bob. And his wife. And they the Hightower force has shown up, and
they're walking around quartering themselves in.
yeah, so I'd say
in
they're
homes.
violating their Third Amendment
Yeah.
rights, to not have soldiers quartered in their house.
Like it seems quaint to us today, but shit like this is why the Third Amendment exists.
Yeah, because the soldiers
Because
living
it actually
yes,
happened.
yeah, and doing bad things to your family or eating all your food
Yep.
or, you know.
Yep.
So yeah, they get Cat and company. What a great band name that would be.
They get 3 soldiers assigned to
Yeah.
them, and one of them's like, "Oh, hey, you're kind of pretty," and she's like, "I have a husband. Could you back the fuck off, please?"
Yeah. He's not here right now. He lives in Canada, and you've never met him.
Yeah, he goes
but-
to another school.
Yeah,
you
he
don't
goes to
know
another
him.
school, and he has a big fucking dragon. So I think these are the lords of Tumbleton,
Yes.
the lord and lady.
Lord and lady.
Which I think you'll see that the Lord is on the right in this photo and the lady is on the left.
Mm-hmm.
Not to be misogynist or homophobic, which I've managed to do both in one sentence. I'm very sorry. So they're pretty much like, so the guy is like, look, we don't want any trouble.
We are but humble merchants.
Yeah.
Um,
We don't want to fight.
Yeah.
Like, but you are sleeping in our bed. And then like the lady is like, fuck you. We've declared for Queen Rhaenyra. Get the
Yeah.
fuck out of our house.
mm-hmm.
And
Orban Hightower is
who's
just
taking a bath. Yeah.
lounging in the bath.
Yeah. Does this big power move.
Just stands up
He gets up-
completely
yeah,
naked.
Gets
Nice
up.
view of butt cheeks.
Yeah, we could see his butt cheeks, which, by the way, as butt cheeks go, we're pretty okay butt cheeks. But I imagine that a man that does this probably has a big dick. Otherwise, he would get laughed at, right?
I mean, probably not like Sir Arlen of Pennytree.
Right.
Well,
Well, no, I don't think
but-
any dick is as big as Sir Arlen
boy.
Penny, Sir Arlen's
Can't
Penny
forget
Tree.
that
Yeah. But it's like one of those things where, like, if he was like low bitty and he stood up, they'd be like,
Well, it also kind of depends how warm the bathwater is, because if that's
That's true.
gotten cold,
Yeah, that's
he's
true.
at a tactical disadvantage
Yeah.
there.
So he does a power move and shows them his junk
Mm-hmm.
and is like, so
Look, I'm the one in charge here.
Yeah.
I'm going to sleep in your bed for as long as I want. Now
Yeah.
get the fuck out of my castle.
Yeah. bring me my robe. Which Darren is like, oh, you know how often he does this? Just jumps out of the bathtub completely butt ass naked. So tired of it. So they get a raven in the mail. They get an
Yes.
email that Sir Boros Baratheon is making excuses as to why his forces and his resources haven't entered the war yet,
Mhm.
despite the fact that Aemon made a marriage pact with one of his, and this is Ormond Hightower's words, to one of his horse-faced daughters,
Mm-hmm.
and that should mean that they're allies and
Yeah.
he should be sending people. So he orders them to write him back, which is really funny. They make a stab at the fact that Lord Baratheon is illiterate,
Mm-hmm.
and we learned that from the first season because he has to have the maester read the letter to him because he can't read.
Yeah.
Like,
fucking draw him some pictures.
get some
indicating
crayons. Yeah.
That he should send us some money and
Right.
and men.
So back in King's Landing, Rhaenyra's still
Rhaenyra's what the fuck is going?
Yeah.
Why are you there?
yeah, it's like she's still trying to figure this. She's like, is Ormond playing 4-dimensional? I don't understand what's happening.
Or is he just an idiot?
Yeah. She does have a new Queen's Guard
Mhm.
guy, who looks a little to me like Sir Lionel Strong. Just saying, he's got that dark long hair.
Maybe.
Maybe she has a. All I'm saying is maybe she has a type. Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
she has a type.
Yeah.
And that poor City Watch guy isn't with her anymore. He's off,
Yeah. Well,
harassing peasants again.
He straight up said, "I should not be watching. Like, you need an actual King's Guard."
Right, that's true. Yeah. So she lets Maester Orwyle keep his job.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, look, as long as you don't try to fuck me when I'm not looking, you can be Grand Maester, and that's fine. And he's like, oh, great, okay, because I literally had nowhere else to go. So, this is.
Anyway, he's like, Daemon's army from the Riverlands is marching to King's Landing. Why don't we just divert them to Tumbleton?
So her fear is that they send dragons, Tumbleton burns to the ground. Also, I think she must be sensitive to the fact that Hugh's wife is there, so
Yeah.
she probably doesn't want to make that sacrifice either.
Well, that may be playing in her thinking, but I think it's also that there's a Tumbleton declared for her.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
all
that's
the
right.
people
They raised
there
her flags.
are
Yeah.
nominally her people.
Yeah.
So
And she's also got Massaria being like, you can't just
You can't
kill.
just fricassee the common people.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
You got to be a queen of the people,
Yeah.
by the people, for the people.
So Orwell points out, like, the river folk and the crazy old guys from the north,
Yeah.
they're coming here anyway.
Just fucking send them to Tumbleton.
Tumbleton's on the way.
They can root out
Yeah.
house to house. Like, it's going to be bloody, but at
But
least we won't
it won't be
killing
bloody.
literally ever.
It won't be bloody and also on fire,
Yes.
which would be great. And this also explains why in the trailer before the show came out, we see Damon on a horse and not Caraxes. And let me tell you how weird it is. I like you
That
don't
is strange.
Yeah, you don't
yes.
realize it until you see it, but Damon looks really weird on a horse. So Massaria comes up with this really good idea
Yes, like,
because
okay,
they're out of money.
We don't have any money,
Right.
and that's a problem. But if you name a master of coin, it becomes his problem and not your problem.
Yeah, and everyone will be pissed off at him.
Yeah, and
This
not-
is a
and
great
not you.
plan. And she's like, okay, who do I know that I wouldn't mind if the small folk were pissed at? Who was that guy at the grilled rat party who was all smug with his wine glass?
Yeah.
And she's like, Torin Manderley.
Yes.
That's who we get for Master of Coin. And she's like, great, all right, I'll go talk to him.
fantastic.
Yeah. Rhaenyra visits Alicent in the Godswood.
She's like, okay, I need to know everything you know about Ormond Hightower.
Yeah. And Alicent's like, I don't know anything about him. I know as much as you do. And she's like, oh, I doubt that because I know nothing. And she's like, look, I think I met him once when I was a kid, when Gwen and I were kids. He's real fucking weird. But, and then
He fancies himself a scholar.
yeah, right. And he hates ignorant people and everything. And I love this
He
shot.
doesn't like weird smells.
Well, she hasn't dropped that yet. That's information that I think she had that she wasn't necessarily going to divulge.
Yeah.
I do love this shot of Helena and Jaehaera under the Godswood and everything. And Rhaenyra, I think, out of her own curiosity, asks her about sending her son away to Old Town, because Rhaenyra's had to do the same thing with her two youngest boys. She's sent them off to Pentos so they'd be safe. And I think she's wondering, like, hey, how did you deal with this? Because I'm not dealing with it very well at all. And Alicent's like, look, my sons that we don't speak of are pieces of shit. It was nice to have raised one of my boys as a high tower and have him not be like a literal piece of shit.
She specifically says, I gave Viserys 3 Targaryens.
Yeah.
I wanted 1 Hightower.
Right. And Rhaenyra goes, you know that I wouldn't have killed him, right? Your son. Like, when we captured him, I wouldn't have killed him. And
Like, straight up, she thought she was sending him to the wall.
Yeah.
Which is not death, even though it kind of puts you out of the way.
Yeah. And Alicent kind of sees this for the olive branch that it is, and that's when she volunteers the information.
He doesn't like stinky stuff.
Yeah, he does not like stinky stuff. Yeah. And Rhaenyra's like, so we fling poo at him, right? That's what we fling poo at him. Yeah.
That's it.
Go get the poo trebuchets.
have the dragons just drop poop.
Poo, yeah.
Just get a bunch
They're
of
like
sacks
birds.
of poop and just
No, just have the
Flying
dragons
shit.
poop. Like, they're like giant pigeons. So they just fly over Tumbleton and they just poop on everything.
Oh my god, watch us get to see a dragon poop before the end
Yeah.
of the show.
Anyway,
Lord Corlys was not at their council meeting.
yes,
because he's fucking
marshaling
off.
his
Yeah.
troops and going off to war.
Yeah. He's gonna go and
Clear out the pirates.
yeah, the Triarchy guys. And so Adam.
I think this is Adam,
Yeah.
or is it Alan?
I don't know. And the fact that they named them so
The bald one.
Yeah, the bald one. Yeah.
The bald one was like, hey, shouldn't you be here to be Hand of the Queen? And Corvus is like, listen very closely. Fuck the Queen.
Yeah.
My son can serve her. I need to go out and kill some pirates. So you attend the
Yeah.
Queen.
You go and
I'm going to be out there killing pirates. Have fun.
And maybe when I get back, I won't be so pissed off at her for not legitimizing you. You know. So this is one of those things I was telling you about, where fans of the book who are watching the show, I think just can't wait another episode, and they're freaking the fuck out.
Mhm.
But we get this scene. Laris and Aegon have arrived at Rook's Rest, which is where the battle happened between the Red Dragon and the Gold. And he finds what appears to be the broken, dead body of Sunfire. And I don't know much about this, but there is, based on some hints people have kind of like hinted at, there's some contention about whether or not this dragon should actually be dead or not, which is fine. I've kind of predicted without reading it that he wasn't going to be dead anyway. But some people are upset about this. But I think if you give it like one more episode, we're going to find out this dragon isn't dead.
Probably.
And
I mean, they play into that very deeply when Aegon is like,
Yeah.
dude, this dragon's alive.
how heartbreaking is this, by the way? That
It
like,
is.
look,
Look what they did to my boy.
yeah, and look, I find Aegon to be kind of a complex character. I know there's a part of him that it is really terrible.
Like he's an asshole.
Yeah, and
but-
he's also a rapist, and
Yes.
yeah,
Terrible person.
Yeah.
But he's a terrible person essentially with a dog. A
R-
dog that flies and breathes nuclear fire, but a dog that he
Yeah.
loves.
but also it's worth pointing out that the environment he was raised in, I'm not excusing his actions, but I'm just saying I'm not
There-
surprised that he is the
there
way
are
he
factors.
is. Yes, and so like I find Aegon to be a little complex, and this is one of those things that really humanizes him,
Mhm.
is that he finds his dragon and he cries over his corpse,
Mhm.
and he's begging, he's
Come
not
on,
begging
boy,
him to get
wake
up.
up.
Right.
Wake up. Let's go fucking fly.
Yeah. So there are a couple of settlers or I don't know, common folk who are charging admittance to the dragon
Yeah.
show.
He's like, it's a penny to touch the dragon, 2 pennies for both hands.
Yeah, it's really funny because they look over. He's like, it's a penny to touch the dragon. And they look over, and fucking Aegon has like his arms around Sunfire's neck, and he's like, hello.
Oh
He's like,
my
yeah,
God.
that counts as 2 touches.
So Laris rolls his eyes and hands
Yeah.
over another penny.
They do tacitly threaten him, but then he kind of talks his way out of it, which Laris is very good at. And then Aegon makes an assertion here, which
Yes.
is this dragon is not dead. And everyone's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he's like, he's obviously not dead. And he starts speaking to him in High Valyrian, trying to get him to get up, and he won't. And I'm pretty sure that Aegon senses something that no one else can sense.
Sure, because he's the dragon's partner.
Right. So I imagine this dragon will end up getting up.
But Laris is like, okay, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. So Sir Crispy Cole and his wife Gwen Hightower have arrived at Harrenhal. I like how
Yes.
this. So do you remember in the last episode when Aemon shows up with
Yeah,
Vhagar?
Vhagar dive bombs, and there's a big burn scar.
that's the part they're
they,
riding
they
through.
ride through the burn.
Yeah. So
So they get into.
they do the sneaky sneak.
There's no one there.
Yeah, through Harrenhal and everything.
Absolutely no one there.
Did you hear the goat, by the way?
Yes.
Yeah. Which there's a fan theory that the goat is just Alice Rivers.
Could very well be.
Because that black goat shows up everywhere in the second season when Damon's doing his.
So she's not a barn owl. She's a goat.
I think she might be both.
Okay.
I don't know how.
Also fair.
I don't know how she pulls it off.
She's a witch.
Yeah.
She can be whatever she
Yeah.
wants.
So they hear a spooky sound.
And they draw their swords and
They turn around.
holy fuck, it's Alice Rivers.
Alice, yeah.
They're
And
like, okay, we want to talk to the Lord of the Castle. And she's like, well, too bad you got me.
Yeah.
Everyone else is dead. How can I help you?
where is Aemon? For I much desire to speak with him.
Oh, he ain't here.
Yeah, he's not here. And they mentioned that they searched the grounds in the surrounding area,
There was a dragon's nest.
but it's abandoned.
Yes.
So are they hiding Vhagar somewhere? And if so, how?
I mean, at this point, I'm not going to put anything past Alice Rivers. But I see.
Like Vhagar's the size of a C-141.
Yes.
Like how do you
Vhagar is very large.
Yeah, how do you hide that?
I mean, there's multiple possibilities. Maybe Aemon died and Vhagar fucked off somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe Alice is using some magic to make Vhagar be
Invisible. Yeah.
Maybe Aemon got better and just fucked off somewhere.
Or she transfigured Vhagar temporarily into a goat.
Yeah, reincarnated barn owl, maybe.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Whatever it is, she's almost certainly lying, right? Because
Yes.
what she says is
Absolutely.
after Aemond found out that Rhaenyra took King's Landing, he fled.
Jumped on his dragon and flew
Yeah.
away.
Which Gwen's like, excuse me, who took King's Landing?
What?
And she's like, oh yeah, Rhaenyra sits the Iron Throne,
Mm-hmm.
and your sister is a prisoner.
Mm-hmm.
And he just like this. Okay, let's take just a second to talk about Gawain Hightower.
Okay.
I feel like for a man like Gawain Hightower, war is a thing you do as a hobby.
Yeah.
It's just one of those goofy things that a lord does.
Yeah.
You go out on your horse with your fancy hat and your sword.
He is a member of the 0.1%, most likely, of
Yeah,
Westeros, if not higher.
Yeah.
Like, consequences don't exist
Right.
for him. So he can go off to as many wars as he wants to.
But he sits in the back and watches. Yeah,
he's fine.
Right.
He's never going to at risk of any sort of injury.
Now the problem with that is that is not how this war has gone.
No.
And
that is not how wars happen with dragons.
Right. And so he's just kind of, I think at every battle, Gawain is more and more like, what the fuck, man? And finally, Gawain has discovered that like the war is lost. It's over. Rhaenyra has 6 or 7 dragons. She sits the Iron Throne.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, we need to go home now.
Yes.
It's done. It's over. We've had our sport. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Not really, but we need to go home. So they sit in that room where fucking Sir Simon Strong, God bless his soul, and his gormless fucking idiot sons would always be eating something.
Stabbed.
Yeah. And Crispy Cole's like, I have a great idea.
Let's keep fighting.
Yeah, let's do guerrilla warfare against the fucking blacks. And Gawain's like, are you a fucking idiot?
What do you mean guerrilla warfare? That won't be invented for centuries.
Yeah. But also, like, we don't have our only our only huge battle asset. We don't have that anymore. He's like, but it's perfect. Because we get into a battle with them and there won't be any dragons. It'll just be men. He's like, but we don't have very many men,
We have like
though.
12 dudes. They have thousands.
Yeah, and he's like, I know. Isn't this a great idea? No! And Crispy Cole's like, well, we're going to go do this.
Thing is, I'm in charge.
Yeah.
So that's one vote for, and who gives a fuck against?
Right, yeah. Poor Gawain.
I love democracy.
He's not having fun with the war anymore.
No.
It's not fun anymore.
No.
So I like this scene quite a lot.
This is heartwarming.
Alan.
So
Adam's the dragon, right?
Yes.
Adam of Hull.
So
So this is Alan. Yeah.
Rhaenyra finds her father's model.
Yeah.
And pulls the sheet off it and is admiring it.
Mhm. And Alan shows up, and they kind of basically she's like, "Where the fuck's your dad?" And he's like, "He's gonna go fight the Triarchy."
He's stabbing pirates.
Yeah, he's pretty pissed at you. Give it some time.
Yeah.
Sometimes a dude just has to swing a sword around, and he
He'll come
gets
around.
over it. And they talk a little bit. She talks about how she never appreciated how Viserys kept everything in balance for so long, and how this model was a reminder that because just like the doom befell old Valyria, that no empire lasts forever, and that it was a reminder to him that it could blow up at any moment without the right balance, and he somehow kept that balance for so like Viserys the Conciliator was probably the best king they'd seen in a long time, right? And they talk about their fathers a little bit, and I love this line that she says, fathers have a maddening capacity to at once inspire and incense. And I feel like in this one conversation, Alan and Rhaenyra kind of form a rapport.
Yeah.
They understand each other. And it would be the funniest shit in the world if Corlys comes back all mad and having killed a bunch of pirates, and she's just legitimized them.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, I talked to him. He's pretty cool. It's whatever. So she's showing off this model, and there's a fucking rat's nest in it. And there's this hilarious moment where Alan's like, you know what we do on the boats?
We have cats.
We just bring cats. And there's like,
she's like,
watch. She just goes, what?
You can do that?
What a great fucking idea.
Let's just find some fucking cats.
So this is, let me talk about the two things I was talking about earlier. One, earlier in the small council chamber, they've got the balls in the middle.
And High Maester or whatever reaches for one and Rhaenyra's like, no, we don't
Yeah.
do that anymore.
She's like, you've not seen Game of Thrones season 1 through 8. They don't do that
That's
there.
a dead tradition.
Yeah, so we're done with that. And the other thing is, in season 1 of Game of Thrones, one of the plot points is that Syrio Forel has Arya as a part of her sword training, her water dancing training, chasing cats across the Red Keep because there are so many cats, and they're there to eat the rats. So I'm pretty sure that this is the beginning of that. So I don't know, maybe like one of these cats will be the ancestors of like Sir Pounce or something, like Tommen's cat.
Sure.
So Larys and Aegon have arrived at the castle at Rook's Rest.
Aegon's like, hey, these soldiers are loyal to me. And Larys says, I would not be so certain of
yeah, they're like this. Well, it isn't so much that the soldiers are loyal to me; it's that these aren't soldiers. He expected to see a garrison here.
Mm-hmm.
There aren't soldiers; they're just a bunch of poor people, which Aegon despises.
Yeah.
He hates poor people. And so he's like, it smells like shit.
And piss.
Yeah, that's not
This
coming.
isn't foreshadowing anything.
Right. Yeah. So they get in, they meet I don't know what this guy's name is, Sir Dickhead or something, who is kind of in charge of everyone because he's a big bully.
Mm-hmm.
And
he's like, I fucking hate river folk. And Larys like, well, it's a good thing we're not river folk.
We're not river folk. So he's like, okay, well, you, the one with the fucked up face, you can go and collect shit in urine for the farmers and the tanners, and weird guy with a mangled foot, I guess, since you can read.
You can read and do herbs or
I don't know.
something. I don't know. Be a doctor or something. I don't know.
So get the fuck out of my face.
Yeah.
I think there's this funny thing happening. So like the guy that's hanging out with him he has a disability. He has a really bad stutter.
Yeah. And
I think through some of Aegon's actions in this episode, I think this guy is like, you are my king. You like, because he's another man with a disability who just doesn't take bullshit if it's possible.
Aegon's like, I will not be touching the piss and shit.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. But then he ends up having to do it. So obviously this was bound to happen back at Tumbleton. One of the soldiers that's assigned to Kat and her family tries to assault Kat, right?
Yes, and a fight breaks out, and
her her sister-in-law gets her arm broken by the soldier. So Sir Hugh shows up.
Yes,
and
Rhaenyra's like, God damn it, Hugh, I told you as soon as there's a house available, I'll put you in it.
Yeah.
I promise.
Yeah.
Just chill
the fuck out.
He's like, actually, I didn't come about that.
Yeah.
I hear you're sending Ulf to go keep watch on Tumbleton.
What of it?
Let me go.
Well, he's a fucking idiot.
Yes. Also, he doesn't have a wife there.
Yeah.
I do.
Right.
So can I go to Tumbleton, please?
I like how her wisdom was, well, I'm sending Ulf because he doesn't really have any skin in the game and he might be more objective. And he's like, or he's going to fall asleep like a fucking idiot.
And just not give a shit.
Yeah. So, however, I will really carefully watch and everything.
And she's just like,
compromise.
Fine. Both of you go.
We'll have a compromise. You'll both go. You'll watch each other's backs and you'll watch in shifts.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, that's great. So the small folk in King's Landing discover that there's some graffiti on the wall.
Yes.
That says Queen of Bastards. And actually, you can't see it because this guy's face is in the way. But they have the Strong family arms painted on there too.
Oh.
And what's interesting about this, so first of all, I saw a really funny meme of this graffiti, and then like someone photoshopped Corliss with a paint can. That was really funny. The interesting thing about this is that the small folks that are get him. Did you get him?
Yes.
Nice. All right. The small folks that are assembled don't know how to read.
Most of them don't. Yeah.
So they have to ask what it says.
Like, what the fuck does that say?
Yeah. Oh my God, does Ulf not know how to read?
No. He's a common.
Oh, that's so embarrassing. Yeah. So anyway, like someone there, like the one guy that can read has to. Yeah. So there's that whole thing happening.
Yes.
Ulf goes back to the bar.
Yep, where everyone's like, "Hey, Ulf,
Yeah.
he's a fucking Sir Ulf the White. He rides a dragon. That
Yeah.
means he has money and he can buy us all drinks, right?" And Ulf's
Right.
like, "No," and they're like, "Drinks on Ulf."
Yeah. So back in Tumbleton, they come before Ormond,
Yes.
and they
and Soldier's like, they just fucking attacked me for no reason.
Right.
And
yeah. Did you see what she was wearing? It was her fault. And Ormond's like, we're gonna chop your balls off.
He's like, dude, I have a wife.
Your
What
balls,
the hell?
actually, your balls and your dick, and
Ah!
yeah, and we're gonna break your arm.
Yeah, because
and-
you broke
yeah.
that lady's arm.
And to add insult to injury, he goes, "But you can still serve me after that. But if
Yeah.
you do it again, I'll hang you." And then he's like, "Okay, fair." And they're like, "Cool, okay."
Yeah.
Oh, that's the look of a man who just
Who's
has-
about to be gelded.
Yeah, who's about to be gelded. I don't know why I put so many shots in here of them. So, what is this? Oh, this is Rhaenyra going to talk to Orwyle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, I want every letter that Ormond Hightower has
first,
ever sent.
First, she wants a primer on the Hightower's control over
Power
the
of the
faith.
faith.
Exactly, yeah. Because the Hightowers are from Old Town. The faith started in Old Town, or at least that's where their like seat of power is.
Yeah.
It's like the Vatican a little bit. And Orwyle's like, that's not exactly how it works, because the faith is really proud. They really don't like being controlled by anyone, and they exert their own political power. But there is obviously a link between
Yes.
between the Hightowers and
Just ask Henry VIII.
yes. Which, by the way, interesting. He didn't put in the fact that every maester that's ever been a maester trains in Old Town. So there is an implicit link between the maesters and the Hightowers as well. I think it's interesting that he left that out, because I'm starting to like, I love this actor that plays Orwyle. He's really good, but
Yeah.
I'm not buying the, I just want to be helpful thing from him.
I think he knows he's on thin ice at the very least.
Well, that's been his he's always on thin ice. It's like, it just depends on who's sitting in the Iron Throne, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's something off about him to me.
If I was Orwyle, and assuming I was genuinely interested in keeping Rhaenyra in power, I would not want to do anything to make her think I was on the other side.
Right. Especially
So-
after seeing her like behead
Yeah.
Otto and everything. Yeah.
So,
Or God forbid Damon's home
oh god,
and he hears that
Oh,
he's
yeah.
done something bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Runs in there
Right.
with a
Wh-
sword.
which like
Well, Damon already threatened to kill him.
Yep.
In the second episode.
Yeah.
What is it? He says, loath as I might to kill a maester, I will though, motherfucker. So she also asks about the communications between Ormond and Otto, right?
Yes.
And she's like, I want you to get every record, every Raven that was ever sent to Ormond from Otto Hightower, and give me the cliff notes of it. And he's like, I'll get right on that. And she also mentions, and hopefully Damon's quest for gold is going well. And then we
And we
transition
cut to the Vale, where Caraxes is just chilling on the
Yeah.
bridge.
We get to see for the first time since Game of Thrones proper, inside the Eyrie, the moon door
Mm-hmm.
and the fucking the weird tree stump throne and shit.
Mm-hmm.
This is the moon door where
Where what's his name like to kick people down for his own amusement.
well, I think
For a
they
lot
all
of people,
kind of like
yeah.
doing that. I think they all kind of like doing that.
Okay.
So the first big moon door operation, I suppose, is when Sir Bronn of the Blackwater was fighting in a trial by combat for Tyrion Lannister's proxy, because he was a small person and
Mhm.
legally could have a champion, and he fights a champion of the Vale and kills him and throws him out the moon door. The second is when Peter Baelish pushes Lady Arryn through, because they just been married and she's obsessed with him, right? She's like really obsessed with him, and she caught him kissing Sansa because he's really into Sansa.
Yeah.
And we know that Peter Baelish was really in love with her mother for so long. And he she's about to throw Sansa out the fucking moon door, and he calms her down. And he's like, girl, like, calm the fuck down. There's only one woman in the entire world I've ever loved.
Mhm.
Your sister. And he pushes her right through the door. It's so fucking cold. So anyway, we can see the moon door.
Yes.
And Lady Longneck Jane Eyre and her two dogs. Because if you sit on the throne at the Eyrie, something weird has to be happening. Like, you have to have these two weird dogs with hair that's too long, or you have to have a 14-year-old boy suckling at your breast. One of
okay.
those two things, yeah. So basically,
She's like, yeah, it's really weird to see you here again, Damon, after you killed your wife.
yeah, Lady Rhea Royce, who is from the Vale, and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Best I could tell, what I heard was that there was a man in a black hoodie that did it, and that's all I know. And so he's like, okay, I'm here for gold. Can I have some gold? And she's like, wow.
I mean, if that's all you want, then
Look at Daemon Targaryen here begging for gold, and he's like,
he's like, I have a dragon, right?
do you know how big my dragon is? Can I just have some gold?
Like, you should be thankful that I am asking for gold now and not after your entire realm is on fire.
Yeah, he's like, I'll make you a deal. You give me gold, and I will get out of the Vale because I fucking hate it.
And
here.
you'll never,
yeah,
you will not have to deal with me anymore.
Yeah, and she's like, okay, good. That
Equitable
that
exchange.
sounds great. Yeah. They're just. I do love this line about
never fail to be charmed by your
pregnant
warmth.
pause. Yeah.
Anyway, yes.
Oh,
So
this
he
is
loads
fucking
up,
hilarious. This is
loads
also
up Caraxes.
this
Caraxes
is
is like, what the? I sense a disturbance in the forest.
okay. This has become another meme, right? So he gets up there with the gold. Caraxes is like bobbing and weaving because he's like, what the fuck? And like it's like when a deer smells a predator and they're like that. But he Damon pulls out his
like,
riding
Caraxes,
gloves.
can you just calm the fuck down?
Yeah, he pulls out his riding gloves and gives him a smack, and he's like, Caraxes, stop it. And so he gets on. So first of all, Caraxes almost takes off without him sitting in it.
Yeah.
Because Caraxes is like, you sit in that fucking saddle. We're going. And so he sits down and he takes off.
It's like, what the fuck? We're going the wrong way.
Yeah, he gets on the saddle. He takes off. He's like, Caraxes, what the fuck, man? He's going in the opposite direction of King's Landing. And he lands in front of this cave. And he like Caraxes looks in the cave. He's like, dude, there's something
If
fucking
he had
in there.
hackles, they would be
Yeah.
up.
So Damon's like, okay, we'll check the cave out.
All
Yeah.
right. Let me just pull out my sword.
So he
What the fuck is going on?
I love this shot, by the way. It's like they do these really cool wide shots
Yeah.
with these, and you see Caraxes in the back. Like, if we didn't know he was a fierce fucking dragon, it would almost be like he's hiding behind Damon's back. Like, who the fuck's in there?
Yeah.
So yeah, he pulls out his sword. He approaches, and there's this really really neat shot
man.
of a figure that's lit by dragon fire, backlit by dragon fire. And it's Rhaena, his daughter, who is looking rough as fuck.
She has seen better days.
Yeah. And I love this. He's like, how? First, how, and then why? And I think in that order,
Yeah.
please. And so he's like, how do you have a wild dragon? And she goes, I fed it sheep. And it's like, girl, we saw that episode. You didn't feed that dragon shit. That dragon fed you sheep because you weren't going to die of starvation.
Yes.
And so he's like, oh my god, that Rhaenyra thinks that you killed Jace with that dragon. She's hunting for you right the fuck now.
Yes.
He says something in High Valyrian. Did you notice this? He says something in High Valyrian that isn't translated.
Yeah.
Someone on Reddit who speaks High Valyrian figured it out.
Everyone needs a hobby.
It's fucking idiot. That's what he says.
Wow.
Yeah, that's literally translated. He calls her a fucking idiot. And I like how he's like, oh my god, okay. Look, if we leave right now and you go to Pentos where you're supposed to be with these kids, Rhaenyra might not even know anything happens.
It's fine.
Yeah, you leave this dragon behind.
And she's like, I can't.
Yeah, what she doesn't say I can't. She says I won't. This dragon is a part of me, and I am a part of him.
Rhaena also has a couple lines about how she's
so good.
really insecure because she's the Targaryen without a dragon.
Right. And how she was, in her mind, the least of all his kids.
Mm-hmm.
And how, the worst part of it is being pitied by everyone and everything. And I felt for Rhaena in this scene because she was trying to help her queen, right? She was trying to help the war, and I don't think she could have she probably should have known maybe that jumping up on a wild dragon and taking him straight into a fight was a bad idea.
Yeah.
But her intentions were good.
Yes.
And something terrible happened. And so now she's kind of exiled herself, and she's like, this is my punishment now.
Damon's like, okay. So if you're not going to Pentos, other plan. Let's go to Rhaenyra, explain that it was all a terrible accident,
Yeah.
and beg her forgiveness. And
Yeah.
Rhaenyra's like, I cannot look her in the eye.
I can't face her. Yeah. So, let me get us caught ahead here. Okay. Oh, yeah. So I had to get a picture of Damon running away. So she disappears into the black, and then you hear big thundering footsteps.
Damon run,
Yeah.
fucking books it.
You have to cue that fucking sound effect of feet running away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he runs away. Sheep Stealer runs off with Rhaena, and they fly away. And Caraxes is like, "I'm gonna whoop your ass. Hold me back, Damon. Hold me back." And then they watch her fly off, and then like Caraxes is like, "You gonna take that from her?" And he's like, "Shush, be quiet."
I love that all the dragons have different vocalizations.
I know.
Like Caraxes has that weird whistle thing.
Do you know what it is?
What is it?
This is from the creators. They there are a lot of sounds that go into each of the dragons.
Of course.
Caraxes has a lot of like high pitched whistles and screeches and stuff, and they made him sound like he had a deviated septum. Because he's so long and like, you know, his face is kind of short and everything. So yeah, that's what that is. So Damon is like, what the fuck do I do?
Looks down the hill, sees a goat herd,
and then he looks
and then he gets this thoughtful expression on his face.
He looks at Caraxes and he's like, Caraxes, fetch my murder hoodie.
So here's fucking Ormond Hightower mixing up some
smelling salts
sniffy
or
stuff.
whatever the fuck it is. Yeah.
Poppers.
Yeah, probably poppers. Yeah. So they're hanging out. Fucking Brasso from Andor comes in with another.
Says, hey, we got a letter for you.
I think this is an interesting scene because I think anyone with literally any training in behavioral psychology recognizes this as abuse behavior. The fact that he reads this and barely reacts, but Darren
is so keyed to him that he's able to, like, there's another serving boy in there. Darren says, "Get out."
Yeah, get the fuck out.
Get out of here.
And then Darren himself backs up scared. And Ormond just loses his shit.
Throws the shit.
Full Kylo Ren.
Pulls out
fucking,
his sword, fucking chops the table a couple times.
Got to scream cunt a couple times.
Yep.
And
then just immediately calms down.
Yeah, this is not normal behavior, by the way. And the fact that, like, there's a weird power dynamic between him and Darren that makes me really uncomfortable after this scene because, so remember that not only is the actor 16, but the character is 16. 16-year-olds, like, that shouldn't be his job to be watching and to intuitively feel a freak out coming on. Like, that's really unhealthy. And it's crazy. So yeah, I like how he like straightens out. He's like, I'm fine now. Everything's fine. And so what the letter says is that Vagar's not coming.
Yes.
Which is a problem because a big part of his scheme,
whole strategy here was we have a big fucking dragon to watch out for us.
Yes. And so he's like, that's fine. We'll just come up with another scheme. Yes. Everything will be fine.
We'll make it work.
Yeah. This is really heartbreaking when he finds out that I think probably his favorite family member is probably Gwaine, because Gwaine's quite a bit kinder.
Yeah, Gwaine's cool.
Yeah. He's kind of a Giga Chad, isn't he? So he's his tone of voice when he's like, wait, Uncle Gwaine's not coming? No. So, Rhaenyra's
like, wait a minute. You mean he has never sent a letter here?
Yeah, because Orwell shows up and he's like, so we have all the ravens of Otto Hightower's outgoing shit, but Ormond never answered him. And she's like, but why?
Yeah, that's really fucking weird.
Also, her Kingsguard guy is like, Sir Ulf is hanging out in the hallway. He wants
He's
to see
kind of
you.
lurking around the door.
And she's like, oh fuck, fine, let him in.
Fine. Ulf, what the fuck?
This is so funny. Ulf immediately, after some groveling.
Yes, he's like, okay, so I need some favors.
Jim doesn't want to pay taxes anymore. Bob got into a little bit of legal
wants
trouble.
A farm, yeah. And she's like, so you're not asking any of this for yourself? He's like, no, it's some of my drinking buddies from the tavern. She's like, the tavern where you could have been stabbed in the gut by a Hightower loyalist.
Yeah.
He's like, well, I mean,
It's not that kind. It's
not
not that kind of place.
bar.
Yeah.
She's like, you're missing the point. You belong to me.
Yeah.
If you got stabbed and died,
And not because I value you as a person, I value the dragon.
I would be out a dragon.
Yeah.
So you're not going to that bar anymore.
In fact, you're not going to bars ever again.
you're not leaving the castle unless it's on the back of your dragon.
Ulf?
Ulf's like, well, this deal gets worse all the time.
That look right after she says he's not to frequent taverns anymore.
Yeah.
He's like, oh,
What?
okay. As I've said, I have not read Fire and Blood.
Mm-hmm.
If Ulf betrays the blacks, this is what led to it.
This is what puts him over the edge.
This was the straw that broke the camel's back. Yeah. So he's
like, okay, so just so you know, the small folk are putting up graffiti and calling you the Queen of Bastards. They're saying it, not me.
Yeah.
I'm just.
I don't believe.
I
would never believe such a filthy accusation.
I would never, propagate such lies. But I just thought it was important for you to know what the mood of the streets is.
Yeah, I think it would be an interesting sentiment. I was thinking about this, that the Queen of Bastards thing should be what makes Ulf and Hugh and Adam really proud of her. That should be the kind of thing where they, like, someone else might use that as like a pejorative, but Ulf being like, yeah, she is the Queen of Bastards. I'm a fucking bastard, so here we are.
I think it works against her.
Oh no, it
when
works
it
against
comes to
Rhaenyra.
Corlys's
Yeah.
kids.
I understand. Yeah,
because like
Jason,
Adam and Alan are bastards, but she's not legitimizing them
Right.
the way that she did with Jason Luke.
right, and they're not in line to the throne or anything. I understand. I'm just saying that for them individually, I could see Ulf, like, I don't think Ulf would be upset if she adopted the mantle, right? I think that they would actually be kind of proud of it because that's who they are,
Maybe.
Maybe they'd see themselves in the queen a little bit. But Rhaenyra is not entertained by this.
No. Not in the least.
Yeah, so she's like, get the fucking cops in here. We need to talk. So
Aegon has had a long day of hauling piss and shit.
he just wants to eat.
He gets back. Laris is like, all right, fucking wash your hands and get some food.
Yeah. There is no food, though.
There is no food left.
Yeah.
And Aegon fucking flips his shit.
He loses his shit.
Goes to Sir Dickhead. And
Yeah.
he's like, how you fucking run this place and you don't even have food for your shit and piss haulers? Like, what the hell?
Yeah. And he says, and I quote here, "I'll have your fucking tongue, you insolent ape."
After Sir Dickhead had asked him, just sit down, let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Aegon's like, no. And Sir Dickhead's like, well, I'll gut you like a fish.
Yeah. Aegon ran into this without a plan.
Yes.
Because, like, girl, you don't have a weapon.
Aegon is used to being in charge.
Yeah.
And he is not
and
in
he's
charge
very
here.
and he's very privileged.
Yes.
It's like, Aegon, honey, you look like a melted fucking candle. And you don't have a sword or a knife or a dragon.
I think at best he might have like an arrowhead wrapped up in his cloak somewhere.
Oh, he shanked the other guy
Yeah.
with? Maybe, yeah. He should have had that out ready to go.
Because like at the beginning of this episode, he has something that he's like hiding in the little wrappy thing.
Oh no, that's a scale. That's one of Sunfire's scales.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So anyway, the guy's like, kiss my shitty foot.
And Laris Strong is like, hmm?
He's like, oh, it's getting warm in here.
Perks up. He's like, oh, what?
Yeah.
Hang on. Yes, I understand you're holding me hostage, but can I just get a better look at this?
He pulls his cell phone out. He's like, don't mind me. Click, click.
Anyway.
Oh man. Okay, Torrin Manderly is such a fucking. I love this guy.
He's
so much.
proud to be there.
I know. It's So he's pretty much like, okay, in my capacity of Master of Coin, I've confirmed
we are fucked.
We have no money. We have no money, and I can also confirm we don't know where the money we're supposed to have is.
Yes. Can we maybe raise taxes?
That's the extent of my report.
Yes.
Aren't I doing a great job? And Daemon
fucking
just bursts
strolls in.
Yeah.
Like, I bring money and I also bring this head.
He leads with, I bring justice and I bring vengeance, and he plops this
slaps this head
dead
down
fucking head on the table. And he's like, look, I know this might look like a rando goat herd,
But it's totally Sheep Stealer's rider.
but it's Sheep Stealer's rider, and I killed him. And also, I brought gold.
I also bring gold.
I brought like $10,000.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's great. And everyone starts squabbling about what to do with the gold.
Rhaenyra is just fucking staring at
Starts
this
going
head
through it.
Yeah.
like it's the fucking Kill Bill siren going off
Yeah.
in her head.
So Massaria wants the money to go to the small folk.
Damon's
Dame,
like, we need to pay our fucking army, or
Yeah.
else we're gonna have a rebellion on our hands.
Yeah. So Torrin lets himself into the conversation, and Damon's like, "Who the fuck are you?"
He's like, I'm the master of very few coins.
Yeah, of perhaps only one coin. Actually,
Well, 10,000 now that you've brought some
yeah.
back.
We have 10,001 coins. This is good news.
Yeah.
I love this fucking.
Well, I wager you think you're clever, don't you, Manderley? I'm the clever one
Yeah.
around here.
So
And Masaria's like,
yeah.
yeah, right.
The argument is Massaria wants to give the money to the small folk. Damon wants to pay the gold cloaks with it, right?
Mhm.
And the fucking Torrin chimes in with, "Has anyone tried taxes?" And they're just like, "Okay, look,
Chill the fuck out.
we don't need you to say anything. We just need the people to be mad at you for
Yeah.
being poor." Yeah. So
Rhaenyra's like, okay, everybody get the fuck
kicks
out.
everyone out. Yeah.
Damon, what the fuck? Who is this?
Yeah. Also, why didn't you? Why is he all burnt the fuck up like this? And
Yeah,
he's like,
like-
well, dragons aren't precision
I ju-
tools, Rhaenyra.
I love that line.
Yeah.
She's like, I just wanted to talk to him. Cock shotgun.
Yeah. Right. He's like, what? Caraxes burned him alive. I'm sorry. But
You're lucky his head is as intact as it is.
yeah. And there's this really poignant moment where she's like, I wanted to look upon the man who killed my son. And he's like, would it have helped?
Yeah.
Like, what like, would that have diminished your grief at all? Like, what would the point have been, you know? And so
Damon's like, look, just fucking let it go.
we have $10,001 now.
Dude is dead. Sheep stealer is off
Yeah.
stealing sheep again.
Also, it's madness to try to tame a wild dragon, so that's probably not going to happen again.
Yeah.
So don't worry.
No
about
one would be stupid enough.
Yeah. On his way out, after he quips something clever to Massaria about
Mhm.
like, oh, when this plan with the small folk blows up in your face, and then she just very, very
Very
level-headedly,
casually,
yeah.
like, whose head is
yeah,
that?
whose head is that? Because you and I both know. I know you, Damon. I've known you for so fucking long.
There are 10,001 ways that this can blow up in Damon's face.
Yeah.
Like, I can already see Rhaena flying in on Sheep Stealer at some point.
And
then
Rhaenyra
Rhaenyra's
looking
like-
over at Damon.
And Damon's like, oh, hey, Rhaena, it's so cool that you tamed that dragon like 2 days ago
Yeah.
and totally not right before the Battle of the Gullet. Wink, wink.
Another person got Sheep Stealer?
That's
What?
crazy.
What are the chances?
I thought you were in Penthos. What is Sheep Stealer
Yeah.
doing over there?
It's gonna be. Do you remember in season 2 after the blood and cheese incident when Rhaenyra is like, I would never kill a child, and like Rhaenys looks over at Damon.
And Damon's just like,
Damon's like looking everywhere but Rhaenys. And then like Rhaenyra notices and she looks at Damon and she's like,
you motherfucker.
no.
You incorrigible man.
That's what's gonna happen when she sees fucking Rhaena. Okay, so Allison's hanging out at nighttime. Rhaenyra shows up and is like, "Hey, I had your father's remains sent to Old Town. Also, here's his ring.
Yeah.
I thought you'd want to have it. Also, my father would want you to have it as well." And this is another thing where they're like, if it were under other circumstances, I feel like this friendship would be on the way to healing. But because of the circumstances, it probably isn't. So she fucks off, and then Helena comes over and she can't get a robe on, and so she's helping her. And then Alicent realizes that like Helena's titties are a little bit bigger than they usually are, and her belly's a little bit bigger.
Oh.
And she's like, "Girl, what the fuck?" Yeah. So when Matt and I were watching this, I was really confused about the timeline because I thought maybe there was a chance this wasn't Aegon's kid. But now that I've studied the timeline a little bit, it probably is his.
Probably.
Because I was like, oh my god, what if it's like Aemon's
Ew.
or some
Ooh.
crazy shit?
Not
You know?
almond.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past Aemond, but like,
Well, because they had a couple of scenes together in that second season where he had some weird energy around her. It was just very
Yeah.
weird. So I think it is probably Aegon's. In fact, I know that the fan base that have read the book were really upset that the show so far had written out Maelor, their other child, because Maelor was present for the Blood and Cheese incident. And in the original Blood and Cheese incident, they make Helena choose between Maelor and the Crown Prince. And she chooses Maelor because she assumes that he's too young to understand what was happening. And Blood and Cheese kill the other kid. And then they turn to Maelor and was like, well, have fun with that on your consciousness, knowing that your mother wanted to have you killed. And then they leave. Like, it's pretty rough, right?
Yeah.
But
Jeez.
but Maelor wasn't a part of it. He didn't exist.
Yeah.
So this might be Ryan. And also that was a big thing in George R.R. Martin's
George
post.
R.R. Martin freaked the fuck out about that.
Yeah, and so I think this is Ryan Condal being like, there! Maelor's in
There
the
he
story
is.
now.
Are you happy?
Fuck off.
Jesus Christ. Anyway.
Vermithor does a flyby of Tumbleton, scares the shit out of everybody, and then he's like, all right, where's my wife? The cops go out and harass the small folk about the graffiti on the wall, which is funny because almost certainly none of them had anything to do with it because they can't read.
Yeah.
This was probably a calculated move by the King's Landing elite, right?
Maybe. Yeah.
Because they're the only ones that know how to read and write. So, yeah. The last scene in the sept at Tumbleton, Darren's loving on his dragon a little bit, and it's really sweet, and he's like, we'll be out flying again in no time, and you're my girl. Who's a good girl?
Yep.
And then
and fucking Ormond comes in.
and he's like, stop being so nice to that dragon. And I like how Tessarion immediately was like, hey, fuck off.
Yeah.
And so Ormond starts waxing poetic and turns into like a white supremacist.
Yeah.
Because the language they used here was not an accident.
No, like I was thinking he's a neo-Nazi, and then I'm like, wait a minute.
That doesn't, yeah.
He's a proto-Nazi.
Yeah. So he's pretty much like, hey, you're really awesome. I love you and everything.
Yes. It's good that you're a Hightower and not a Targaryen, because the Targaryens are
but you
the
do
wrong type of folk.
Yeah, but they're not the good ones, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But you do have that taint in your blood, though. You know, and that's crazy. And your dragon is an abomination. He's a part of the talking points here are straight from the High Sept, or the High Septon when Rhaenyra goes to ask to be anointed.
But you know what? There's good news. Aegon and Aemond are out of the way, so I'm gonna make you king.
Yeah. So this is a pretty big surprise to Daeron, because like his brother,
he was never even in the succession.
Yeah, I mean he is, but he's so far removed that he didn't ever have to worry about that. And then he's like, yeah, you'll be fine. I'm going to make you king. Everything's going to be great.
But in order to be king, you have to distribute justice.
Yeah.
So
this is an interesting thing here. But so he wants him to. They brought in Kat's brother.
Yep, the blacksmith.
Yeah, and he's like, this guy is guilty of touching a high tower, even though if he was in the right.
He assaulted a soldier, which means he's infringing on your authority.
Yeah.
So you got to kill him.
You got to do the king thing. And he says, well, is it not the king thing to be virtuous? And he says, that sounds like something your father Viserys would say. And what is Daeron's response to this? He apologizes when he mentions that Viserys was, that he's like, that sounds like Targaryen shit to me. And he's like, oh shit, I'm sorry. And so he hands him his Valyrian steel sword, and fucking Daeron executes him.
Yep.
And then
just fucking shanks him.
Tessarion over there.
The dragon is over there, like, hey, you gonna eat that?
He's like, are you gonna eat all that?
He's like, well, if you're not, I'm going to.
Yeah.
First I gotta cook it a little bit.
Yeah. So he puts him on fire, and then Ormond says,
sounds of
Yep.
chomping.
And now we begin. And then there's a really gross,
Chomp, chomp,
Yeah,
chomp.
and that's the end.
Yeah.
So, okay, so far probably not like probably not the most exciting House of the Dragon season 3 episode.
They're setting things. How many episodes are in the season? 8.
8.
8.
This is the
we're-
mid-season.
Yeah, so we're halfway through.
Yeah.
They're setting up a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Because like
So
off the top of my head, the plot threads: Aegon and Laris are trying to fuck off. Aegon wants to find an army, but Laris is like, "We just gotta fuck off."
I think that, by the way, I think what ends up happening there is that dragon wakes up and he starts a following.
Could
there.
be.
Yeah.
Aemond, who the fuck knows what's going on with
I
him?
think that Alice is healing him and she's hiding Vagar somehow. And I'm not sure to what end, because up until now she seemed pretty. He has the dagger. He has the Valyrian steel dagger.
Oh.
He has the Valyrian steel dagger that has the fucking prophecy on it.
Oh, that is potentially very significant.
Hmm.
While the wheels are spinning in your head, I'm just going to keep enumerating.
I bet that's what happens.
Probably.
Because we know that she knows about it, right? Because she was the one that kind of led Daemon to it.
Mhm.
She's going to find that fucking dagger. Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know to what end Aemond is in this or whatever. Yeah.
Ormond is trying to push Daeron for the Iron Throne.
Yeah.
Um,
In the master race.
yes. The kingdom is still broke, and Rhaenyra is having to deal with that. Corlys is hunting
and now
down the
and now
pirates.
her cops are picking on the small folk, even though they didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Corlys is off killing pirates.
I think he dies, by the way.
Could very well be. Let's see. Rhaena and Sheepstealer are still floating around somewhere.
Yeah.
I like.
Which, by the way, you can never accuse Daemon of not loving his daughters.
That's true.
The fact that he lied to Rhaenyra.
He contains multitudes.
Yeah.
Easily the most complex character on the show.
Yeah.
Ulf and Hugh Hammer are off watching
Tumbletown.
Tumbleton, and their loyalties are maybe a little bit less certain than they could have otherwise been.
I think Ulf is probably ready to join the Greens. If they were like, "Hey, you can go to bars again," he'd be like, "Fuck it, long live King Daeron," or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, so they have a lot of plot threads to tug at.
I think that Hugh's wife at Tumbletown.
It's Tumbleton.
I know I'm calling it Tumbletown for it's a bit, Chris.
Okay.
It might also present an interesting thing that might lead Hugh to betray his queen.
Possibly.
So yeah. All right. Well, we will be here same time, same place next week. Though we'll have to do remote because I have a gig right before it.
Okay.
Have to be later.
We'll
but,
figure it out.
Yeah. Go and watch the episode and come and celebrate with us and talk about
Watch
it.
X-Men 97 too.
Yeah. I'll get caught up on that before next week.